Hello. So today's show is brought to you, of course, by Impact Interior Material. If you guys need any interior products for your cars, trucks, any type of moving vehicle, Impact has you covered. So they will, let's see, leather, fabric, vinyl, carpet, anything of that nature. You can contact Impact Interior Products. Go follow them on Instagram. Go follow them on all social sites. And they actually have really good prices on their products. So I don't know what the prices look like with any other interior manufacturer, but Impact actually has really good quality products. Also, really good pricing on their products. So today's guest on the show is Capricekings65.96. He is one of the OGs in, also a pleasure meeting you as well. He is one of the OGs in this car world, cars, of course, Caprices, but this episode has been a long time coming. It's a lot of people that have been a long time coming on the show, only because schedules conflicted. Some of the guys are not really camera people. They don't really want to get on the camera and come on and sit and talk. And I get that, but a lot of them are coming around. I will say that. So I can't, everybody has different things. Like some people are camera shy, some people are not. I'm not one of those ones that are camera shy, but it's different strokes for different folks. But I will say what I have had to kind of get the guys to understand is, good evening. I had to get them to understand that people just want to hear from them. People just want to hear. Some guys never get on live or get on Instagram or get on Facebook or whatever they get on. Some people never get on that. So people just really want to hear from them. So I am going to contact him again because I spoke with him earlier. So I know he should be jumping on in just a moment. But in the meantime, while we wait for him to get on, if you guys are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and click the link in the bio and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There you'll be able to catch up. You'll be able to see a lot of things that, because I'm gonna start putting like a little less on Instagram and putting a little more on YouTube. So you guys will get like exclusive stuff on YouTube. Also, I have access to subscriptions. So you guys can go subscribe to my Instagram. There you will get exclusive footage, exclusive things that you wouldn't be able to see on my normal Instagram feed. You'll get to see those. So I'm just waiting on Caprice Kings to get on. He should be getting on, like I said, in just a few minutes. And when he does, we'll go ahead and commence on the interview. I'm not sure if maybe he got, because we are on different time zones, so he should be tapping in just a moment. I feel like it's something else I have to tell you guys too. Also, this weekend, October 29th, of course, Halloween weekend, we will be at the Dunkathon. The Dunkathon, hey there. The Dunkathon is in Monroe, Louisiana at Twin City Raceways. You can catch Dunkmaster, Team Silent Killer, and Blue Magic debuting Magic Blue for the first time in Louisiana. So all of them will be there. Also, you'll catch Miss Coco running the lanes. You'll catch me hosting, And then you'll also catch Bayou Queen of Bayou Empire. So there's going to be a lot of us in Louisiana this weekend. So if you guys have not gotten your tickets, you can go on the Dunkathon page. Hey there. You can go on the Dunkathon page and click the link in their bio that has all the information about the race. It also has the link to purchase the tickets. So all of those things will be there. Last but certainly not least, the Black Tie Culture Gala. That is Saturday, February 4th, 2023. That is hosted by or is hosted by MJ the Stuntman and Ron of RRR Enterprises. You guys know Ron. He hosts so many things in our car world. And the event is powered by Chevy B and myself. Also, today we rolled out in April 1st, we're going to have an adult Easter egg hunt. The adult Easter egg hunt will be at Speed Shop South. You guys know that's at Hot Rod Shop. And in the Easter eggs, you guys will be able to get all type of adult stuff in those eggs. So we're doing things like miniatures, gift cards, cash, different things that would appeal to adults in the Easter eggs. No children are allowed. There will be DJ and there will be music and vendors at that event. So I think that's pretty dope. An adult Easter egg hunt. You guys can find those eggs and have your little wine and spirits inside the egg. And if memory serves me correctly, I've never been to an adult Easter egg hunt. I've never seen like the miniatures and eggs and things like that. So it's going to be pretty dope. So if you guys are in Atlanta, April 1st, make sure you pull up. Make sure you pull up and we will have a good time. Let me see. I may have to get off and contact Caprice Kings because I talked to him a little bit earlier and he said he would be ready. So I may have to get off and oh, so that means you coming? If you coming, I got you. I got you covered. Trust me. If you gonna pull up, we might be able to arrange that. Have a golden egg with that in there for you. So that's a good idea though, because a lot of y'all that actually partake in those activities. So I may need to do that for you. But like I said, so the black tie event, like I said, that's February 4th. And when we say black tie event, a lot of people, it surprised me how many people didn't know what a black tie. Oh, the Easter egg hunt is April 1st. We had to do it far from Easter because there's so many car events at Easter. So we had to do it April 1st, but it's going to be really dope. We have a lot of nice things planned for that Easter egg hunt. So it surprised me how many people weren't aware of what a black tie event is. That does not mean you have to wear black. It does not mean you have to wear a black tie. It means that you have to dress formal. You have to put your clothes on. So men, a nice suit, a nice, nice slacks and a nice shirt, some hard bottoms, a nice bow tie, some of the guys have already been sending me their outfits. And when I tell you these guys are really, really dressing up, I was pleasantly surprised about a lot of you guys' outfits. Some of the ladies have already started to send me their outfits. Man, when I tell y'all these ladies are going to look good at this event, they are really going to look good. So, I joke. I keep joking. I say I'm going to probably leave the event married because I plan on looking good. Y'all know I done even started working out and eating right, trying to get ready for the event. So it's really going to be a nice event. If you need to purchase tickets, the link to purchase the tickets is in my bio Also, there's a link in Chevy B's bio. There's also a link on the Black Tie Culture Gala page. So you need to make sure that you go follow that page, and it'll have all the events. It'll have the sponsors. It'll have also we have sponsorship opportunities. So if you want to become a sponsor for the event, you can feel free to do so. Caprice Kings never joined, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna talk for about 2-3 more minutes, and then I'm gonna let you guys go because I can get back to work. But like I said, coming up this weekend, we have the Dunkathon. That's in Monroe, Louisiana, October 29th, Halloween weekend. So that's at Twin City Raceway. So you guys pull up. You'll catch Dunkmaster, CAD, which is Blue Magic, and Team Silent Killer. Also Coco of Shop Talk, myself, and Bayou Queen of Bayou Empire. So with all that being said, you guys can pull up in Louisiana this weekend. We're really going to have a good time, and we're going to get to see some racing. And then going over to after that, everybody will be at the Big Rim Super Bowl. You guys know that's Pump and Gold show. That's one of the most anticipated shows of the year because everybody is already in Orlando for the Classic. So we're having a good time. We're already partying. And then Sunday, everybody gets to pull up at the racetrack. Then after that, that's pretty much it for the year. We're done. And then Chevy B and I probably maybe the first event in of the year, not car related, but kind of car related because we're all car people, right? It's February 4th, 2023. That's the Black Tie Culture Gala. So everybody's pulling up. Everybody's going to put their clothes on. It's going to be a safe space. We'll have security if you guys want to drive your cars. Hey there. We'll have security if you guys want to drive your cars. We'll have, the cars will be well protected out in the parking lot. So, and then after that, of course, April 1st, we're doing the adult Easter egg hunt. If you guys are not following the Black Tie Culture Gala page, make sure that you go do that because you'll get to see all of the events that we're rolling out. All the events that we're rolling out will be on that page. So since I think he probably must have got busy, so what I'll do is I may come back if he taps in to let me know that he's available. Otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all get back to it. But don't forget, like I said, we're all car people. Make sure that you support in some way. If you don't go to the races, buy the merch. If you don't buy the merch, repost the stuff. Like, we're all in it for the love of cars, but we're also in this to support each other. You know somebody that's selling something, buy it. If you know somebody that's having an event, repost it. If you know somebody that is having a race, go. Like it's just, it really is that simple. We are, I always say this to my friends, right? Literally we are all we got. So with that being said, I'm gonna give y'all back the rest of y'all time because he hadn't joined yet. He probably got busy at the shop. So if he taps in and let me know he's available, then I will come back. Otherwise, I will. Oh, there he is right there. Let me go ahead and bring him on. Hey there.
What up,
Oh,
KP, baby?
I said he must have got busy at the shop.
Man, I did.
I can't hear you now though if you're talking.
Now out of there. I'm actually in the car.
I can't hear you. Oh, I can hear you now.
I say yeah.
So first I
I
want to
say
tell you
yes.
thank you so much. First I want to tell you thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down and talk to us.
I definitely appreciate you for having me, Miss KP. You know, you mean a lot to me and the culture.
What?
Yes. Yes.
I appreciate that.
I've been
I
following you a
appreciate that.
long time.
I appreciate it. So what I'll do is I'll start off with one of my questions and then I'll get right into the fans' questions, okay?
All right.
All right. So tell me how you got the name Caprice King?
Well, my actual birthright name is Caprice,
Mm-hmm.
but the love of the cars just kind of, the King's part is actually for everybody, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the brand. It's that part is just the brand. It's not for myself. It's for every man building a car. If you're getting behind a Caprice, an Impala, and you're building it, this brand is for you. Don't ever
Right.
get that twisted. That part is not for me. Caprices just happens to be my name. I have a love for them cars. When you build your cars, I love them as much as I do when I build mine.
Right.
Uh,
So
hold
you
on.
think it was just it was just your parents just knew you were gonna love Caprices, so that's how you ended up getting that name.
I I almost think so. Actually, the funny part, growing up, I wouldn't even use the name. I thought it was a girl's name. It wasn't until I fell in love with the cars that I started to really, like, a lot of people don't even call me by that name. They call me by my middle name or my
Mm-hmm.
nickname.
Right.
Uh, it wasn't until I really fell in love with the cars I was like, oh, maybe I should actually use my name.
How old were you when that happened?
That was probably when I got like 19 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
Then I kind of got off into stepping back underneath my own name. But still, it was
Right.
just still with like close people to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how is it? Cause tell everybody where you're located.
Well, I'm actually located on the south side of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
My shop is out currently in Roseland. We came out of Hammond. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Mm-hmm.
Okay. If they looking for us, you can find me in two locations. You can find me on 115th, right off Michigan Avenue, or you can find me up in Oak Park, working out of a larger shop with a corporation.
Mm-hmm. So you have your own shop, but you also work with a shop as well.
Yes.
How did that come about? Because sometimes shops be kind of weird like that. So how did that come about?
Well, I'm in the collision field, and that's kind of how it came about. And me and my cousins, we kind of in the building field and restoring. So I don't do the same thing in both shops, I would say. And that's
Mm-hmm.
how I kind of keep the peace. Because that's what you're saying. There is never a dividing line. I more so do the restoration, rebuilding of old cars and restoring old cars in my field. Me, my cousin, 109 World, Kylis, Wood World, Angelo, and a couple of other guys. Uh, and then we use a couple of other local shops to source out different things around.
And then the other
But
shop, you do collision.
I do collision. I'm an insurance adjuster in collision
What?
repair. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. How long have you been into that?
I've been in the collision field for 13 years. I've been in my current position about 7.
You like it?
I actually do. I really do. It gets stressful sometimes, and a lot of crazy stuff be happening. Like right now, Kia boys, y'all really need to chill. Y'all really need to
Who?
chill. It's getting out of hand. The Kia boys.
Oh, with the Kia.
Oh man,
Listen,
they really need to cool out. It's getting out of hand.
listen.
Like y'all about to put
News.
Kia out of business.
I seen it on the news.
Man, it's ridiculous. We taking in maybe 10 to 20 cars at one shop in a day. That's theft vehicles from this Kia and Hyundai ring.
So
The
this is what I heard. I heard that they saw like the hack on TikTok,
Right.
and they
Facts.
started.
Facts. Facts. They did. And they mimicking everything from it. And the crazy part, like you can even tell the guys that's like on their first trial and error with some of the cars. just by some of the things that they do or how they tear it up, then you can tell the ones that like been doing it since the hat came out.
Listen, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. When I saw that on TikTok, I said to myself, "Oh boy, this finna be a problem."
Man, it's been off the chain up here. You can't even keep up. You can't look. They stealing them just to go steal another one. They're not even stealing them to really even do nothing with them.
so, so other than that, what is the old school car scene like in Chicago?
Man, it's laid back. It's a real chill culture here. Like if you really into the scene and you really get deep into it, you know, a lot of people. There's a lot of few different places to meet up. You got the South Side that had a thing. We got Washington Park. We used to have 79th, South Chicago. Police don't really let us get over there too much. Out west got their thing. We got Jefferson Street. We've been having a lot of ride outs here lately that's been going real big. We got Stunner Reese here. He been keeping it live and doing some new stuff. Like we just had a new a parking garage event. You know, it get cold here, so usually we end up having to shut down for a few months out the year. About this time, we start putting our cars up till we come down to Classic.
Right.
But now that we done came up with this, we looking for garages and warehouses to actually host shows to kind of keep the scene going throughout the off season, so we don't have to also end when the summer's over either.
That's really smart. That's really smart. I would have never thought of that. That's so smart.
Yeah. So that's the scene here. It's live. We have a real good time.
So how do you balance both the shops and then your personal life?
I don't. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I don't. Luckily, my kids are really into the cars, so they understand. A lot of times, like when you see me in a lot of the different states and a lot of different shows, that's who you'll see me with. You'll see me mostly with my kids, my family, whatever. And that's kind of how I do manage to balance it. You know, I get out to them shows and then I kind of make a trip out of it. I snatch them up, make them do what I want to do. And then once I'm through doing that, then we go do what they want to do to kind of offset it.
Right.
But I don't really balance it well at all. I hear it every day. Sometimes with my stress levels, like I'm smiling big right now and acting like, oh, the shop is good, the shop is great, and it's easy. But nah, I don't. When you ask that question, to be honest, I don't really balance it well. But
though, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I gotta say that I still love it though.
You know, that's most of you guys' sentiment though. Like, you guys don't like y'all, if you ain't working, you talking about work or you thinking about work and you still you know you thinking about when you gonna go back to the shop. And then when y'all leave the shop, y'all very rarely take vacation. If you do take a vacation, it's going to a car show or a race. And you're still around cars. So like y'all are literally always around cars.
That's it. When they bury me, they gotta bury me in one of my cars.
Well, we're gonna see how that goes. But so,
if they don't, at least bring them. At least bring them with me. At least bring them to the final ride.
That we can that can happen. But trying to bury you in a car, that's a lot. So, are you a car hoarder like the rest of the guys? Do you have like a lot of cars?
I won't say I'm a hoarder. I will say I'm a car connoisseur and a changer.
Man, how many cars do you have?
Well, currently, right now, I got two, three, uh, four, maybe five in a bike. Personal right now.
What do you
But
have?
I have a 91 Caprice, 84 Caprice. I have a 72 Caprice, a 22 Silverado, a 15 Impala, and a 20 Impala.
Why you need all them cars?
Well, like I say, I don't think I'm a car hoarder. I'm more of a car connoisseur and trader. Like at any time, you could trade me another Caprice or Impala, and I'll take it as a good deal. And we
What's
could
the
make a
most
good
cars
deal.
you had at one time?
At one time, uh, probably just about 8 was about it because I couldn't really, and I couldn't keep up with them. Because at that time I was young, I was doing too much, and I couldn't. It was hard to really keep up with them. I didn't have
Right,
enough spaces for them at the time, uh,
right,
and I definitely didn't have a shop. I was using vacant lots, anybody's garage, anybody's house. Even one of my friends once sold one of my cars one time, and I didn't even know until I just didn't have a car to drive one day.
wow. So if 8 cars was hard for you to keep up with, imagine um Carlos Miller's cousin came on, who is the person that keeps up with all his cars, and he has
Yes,
130 cars.
look, I envy him, and I envy my man, the Turkey Hut King. Man,
Oh, you talking about Lynn?
Lynn, them two, them two. When you talk about keeping track of cars, but
Right,
but at the same time, let them be honest. They will tell you that itself is a full-time job.
right.
It's not. It's not just that is a full-time job. Between registering, moving, knowing where they are, knowing what they need, it's a full-time job.
That's why usually they probably have somebody that keep up with them. They don't keep up with them themselves. Like for
Yeah.
me, I be thinking about it myself, and I'm like thinking, what KP, what is the most cars you think you would want at a time? And for me, I have come up with 4. He said, yeah, and Rick Ross got the cars. Like Rick Ross did a
Well, see,
smart thing though, like building that museum now for his
that's what I
cars.
was gonna say. Now,
So he
see,
gonna make them cars make some money.
now that I'm older, I got a more knowledgeable manage of what to do with the cars when I build them up and have them. So yeah, I will put them somewhere now. I
Right,
still would. I would definitely do more than 8 now.
right.
If the opportunity comes back to me, I would definitely do more than 8 now.
So, switching gears in our car world, right?
You're right.
What do you think is the biggest problem in our car culture?
One of the biggest problems in the car culture is hating or people perception of hate.
Right,
Uh, is one of the biggest things in the car culture. Um, Sometimes some guys can be just. Some people can take some things of someone doing something after them and perceiving it as if they was hating on them or something, or really ridicule that person until it becomes hating in this car culture.
right.
Uh, that's one of the biggest downfalls that I think keeps up a lot of drama back and forth in the
Do you
culture.
think the word hate is overused? Like, do you think like well, let me give you my opinion. So I find that
Let me
like
let me get out this dark
sometimes
house.
people feeling like you giving constructive criticism or giving your opinion on something is hate. Well, now me, I don't really give my opinion unless it's asked. Like I'm not gonna tell you I think your car is ugly if you didn't ask me. If you ask me, I might say that. But I think something everything is not hate. Like just because I gave my opinion on something, I don't think that that's always could be considered hate. But I do feel like too many people feel like they allowed to have an opinion on something that they didn't have anything to do with.
Now, I definitely agree with that. Um, I believe there's a lot of over opinionation over things that you don't have anything to do with, or nothing you have no control over. Um,
Right,
you can make suggestions to somebody creatively and constructively. You know what I
right,
mean? Um, and then you can also, at the same time, be trying to belittle somebody. Uh, so it's just two separate ways of how to pass that. Like, I personally try not to uh, look down on nobody's bill because I understand what it takes to build a car from the ground up, from start to finish. Uh, and it's not easy. It's not. I don't care if you're putting all the money into it to have it done. There's gonna always be some subjective criticism. Um,
right,
I don't care. I don't care if you're doing it yourself in your own garage.
right,
Uh, there's gonna always be some adjustments to be made, uh, especially when you're fabricating. Uh,
right,
and I think that's where a lot of guys that have moved into this culture now don't understand. Uh, they don't understand what fabricating is, uh, and and coming out to, and that's what the shows was really about at one point in time. Was where you came to the show, you met up, your guys, y'all built a car, you met up with other people, and y'all kind of showed off what it was, and then somewhere or another y'all interchanged time or money to tweak those things. And that's why at that time it wasn't perceived as hate because the person who was telling you would either uh, give you a leeway to how to fix the problem, not
right.
just put out your problem.
Do you think social media ruined the car world?
Ruined it, not ruined it. I think it has its positives and its negatives. I think it has built it. It allowed us to connect in ways that we wasn't able to connect.
Right,
Uh, prime example for myself. For many years, as I watched Murph and as I watched uh, Dunk Master go down there that the first time on
right,
YouTube, and the way they did him when he got down there,
right,
I, you know what I'm talking about. The very
right,
first time he got down there, the way they did Dunk Master,
right,
I I had I just had to get there. You know what I
right,
mean? I had to
right,
see that stage myself. I had to get I had to see Vito up close. I had to see
right,
Murph up close. You know, I had to get there. I had to feel that atmosphere, that
right,
actual track. But it didn't happen until social media came along.
right,
Because now you was making the connections where you were communicating with people that you hadn't, and now you felt like, oh man, let me take off and see what it's like down there for real, not just want to get down there and then not know. So I
right.
think in some ways it definitely had some positive uh, growth into the culture, but at the same time, it definitely had its negatives because it gave more people a platform into the culture that was not really in the culture and don't really care about the forward movement of the culture. They just here to vulture, get what they can out of it, and then the next big phase that comes to social media, that's the way they'll jump to.
I gotta agree with you. As somebody who is on social media and has grown my platform on social media, trying to do it the right way, right? not with the messiness and the all those things that I see go on with other people, right? But
Right.
as somebody who probably would have never got to meet a Caprice Kings or a, or this person or that person. That's the positive for me. The negative for me is like along the same lines that you say, but I see it a little bit differently because I see it where I've been around these same guys constantly since 2017, but into cars before that. But I've been around these
Mm-hmm.
guys in the big rim world since 2017. But I also have seen so many people come and go and people popping up from nowhere and they are the voice for everything. I'm like, bro, you just got here.
Yes.
You came yesterday.
Yes.
Like, so for me, it makes me very disheartened. Um, my friends can tell you, I have even been like, man, this might be time for me to just hang up the mic because it's a lot. It's a lot. It's like every now, mind you, when I started my show, only one person could come on live at a time.
Right.
I started back in 19, so only one person could come on live at a time. And so that day I had Rose, Murph, Miss Supersport. Now I could have had them all on one if you could have had 3 people on the live with you at that time. But I think that would have took away from the authenticity of being able to hear from just Rose or hear from just Murph or hear from Miss Supersport. And so I think that's where I'm not willing to compromise. I'm not willing to compromise the authenticity of my show for riding a wave. If that makes sense.
Makes big sense.
But it's disheartening because I feel like why do it? What I go back and forth with it a lot because I'm one of the people that like genuinely loves this car world. I genuinely love this culture. I genuinely love these people that I deal with. And I see it like you say, a lot of people are just here to start trouble. They're vultures. They're all these different things. They don't have the best interest of the culture in at heart. And that makes me upset. So anyway, that was just my piece. So let me get back to it. Um, so being in Chicago, I'm telling you, I would love to come there and be on the car scene, but I'm scared. They be killing people in Chicago.
Now, this is one thing I will say. We have since we have almost a violence, zero violence. I can't. I'm really trying to wrap my head around the last time anything has actually happened at a car show or car meet. We really don't have. That's the one place we don't really have drama in Chicago.
That's the only place. So when I'm leaving, when I'm leaving the car show, it's rough. What growing up in Chicago, was it always that bad?
um, I want to say it hasn't really changed much when you really hear and you know how to move and you know what's going on.
Right.
Social media again, the news, things of that nature has magnified a lot of things. Uh, it's always been just a bunch of different sides and different things going on. Uh,
Right.
the late '90s, early 2000s is when it really kind of
Right.
turned up, though. And been up
Have
ever
you felt like
since.
let me get out of here. Let me move away from here.
Um, I attempted to. It wasn't for. It wasn't because I necessarily wanted to leave here. I had to pick up my little education time. I had to go get me some school in for a little while.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
And so before I went to school, I left for a little while,
right.
but uh, it's nothing like home. Chicago has some of the best food. Don't let that violence fool you. We got the best food. We got the best water. Even though our summers are short, we have one of the best summers. The only time you really ever want to leave is in the wintertime. As soon as it
How
get
long
warm
is
outside,
summer?
you want to be right back here.
How long is summer? 2 months.
It does seem that way. It does seem that way. It started like it get warm in May, but it don't really stay warm. It be off and on. About June, it'll really break out, get warm, be that real good in July, real hot in August. By the end of August, September, it's breaking down again. You know,
So three
we
months.
just say it's about a good 3 months, good 3 solid months.
Listen, I came to Chicago one year for my birthday in April, and it was snowing. I said never again. Nope. Uh-uh. Never again.
That it that it will do. It was just snowing. What was this? About a week, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, we had some flurries here, and then it turned around and hit 70 degrees.
So, what is your
That's
favorite type of event to attend? Is it a car show, a race, or a pull up? What's your favorite type of car event to attend?
my favorite. Uh, my favorite to attend would really be the car show itself. Seeing the cars on display. I like it when the actual car show has the races there. When the show is before the races, then that
Mhm.
way you get the overall package. Uh, but I like to be able to get a chance to see the cars, see what people have done to them, the different changes. Like especially by me traveling around over the last 5 years and going to different states and seeing a lot of different people cars. Uh, you end up getting to see the changes, the evolvement as they go back and forth with
Mhm.
certain cars. Like some people might even keep the same paint color, but you'll notice when they've upgraded their paint, and it just looks, and you could tell like, oh, he might have got it painted over here, but he found somebody else and he went and did that. Or he had bevel lights at first, now you got LEDs. So it's always something different when you actually get to the show. Um, I like to I like to see the new products coming out. I like to see who's creating something different, like the stitches, the
Mhm.
Steve Davis moves. You know what I mean? Uh, who's really pushing the envelope? Right now, you got lovable stitches coming up in the game, pushing out stuff real hard. Um, I like to keep track of who's really buying Sandman pieces. That's my buddy. Everybody
Right.
try to say he's not working, but I'll tell you, every time I've ever been in the shop, that man is always working, and he's got new equipment. So he's doing something over
What about the
there.
cars? What about the cars that you saw on the internet, and then you see them, and you're like, that ain't that.
Well, I never really try to speak on that, and when I film, I try to still show them and give them that same
You
that
ain't gotta say no
same.
names because I done seen some of them and been like,
Oh, I see plenty of. I see plenty of that. And that's probably another reason why I go to actually see them in person. Because of that.
right.
Because these filters, they're not just good for people. They work good on videos. They work good on photos. They work good on
Look,
cars.
these people be having these people real life fooled about these cars. And I get up on them, and I'm not even a person that like, I don't go back to other people and talk about people's cars. I just get up to the car, and in my head, I'm like, ooh.
Yes, yes. Everything that you see on the internet is not as real in person.
That's like how men be talking about them girls use them filters.
Yes, it is definitely some filter action.
Right. Boy, listen. If people started saying names about that type of stuff, it'll
Oh,
be World War III.
now that stuff will start some fighting at some of these shows right there. Now that's the way to start a fight. You want to point out some shit.
So
The worst
if you
part of it
have
is some of them are the loudest. I will say this part. Some of them do be the loudest on social media though.
listen, they be going ham like, look at I be thinking to myself, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I digress. So if you have not already, what is your dream car to build?
uh shit. To be truthful, this is the true lineup. It ain't even to be a one car. It's really to have uh two of every Caprice generation.
What?
Yes.
Hmm. Well,
Yep.
you at least almost got one.
I do. I do. Uh they not it's not in the complete series like I wanted. Like I needed from 65 to 96 uh
Right.
in that order, but it can be every 10 years. Uh they don't all have to be the exact year, but I do want them where I can have the two doors, the four door, the drops, the hards, uh, maybe even the glass tops. Uh, I want to go to the bubble 65, 64s, things like that. That's my real dream lined up build. It's not to build just one. It's to
That's
actually just have.
that's the lineup of a car hoarder. Car hoarder, you know that, right?
I tell you, I'm not a hoarder. I'm a consumer and a connoisseur.
Yeah, you're a connoisseur. Okay, that's the lineup of a car connoisseur.
That's right. That's right. I, look,
So,
I'm gonna tell you the best day to me in the car culture. My number one favorite day to me living in the car culture was finally seeing a Chevy Caprice, a box Chevy Caprice, sell on Barrett Jackson.
oh yeah,
That was one of the largest accomplishments of the car culture to me.
yeah.
You don't know how many years I pushed, and how many people have told me that would never happen, and I said it would.
You know what mine was?
What was that?
Growing up in Florida, seeing a dump on that Summit turntable.
Yes, that too. That did
I,
it too. That did it too.
I was like, oh, okay, okay. So, what would you like? Oh, it's spinning. I don't know if you can hear me still. I don't know if he can hear me, guys. We were just about to wrap it up, so oh yeah, he was spinning. So anyway, I don't know if he'll come back. Maybe I'm not sure if his phone died or what happened, but guys, that was Caprice King 6596. So if you guys are not following him, y'all make sure y'all go do so. He is in Chicago, so if any of you guys are in Chicago, you heard that he has a shop there. He builds cars. He also does collision work. And he is really, really easy to contact. He will answer his DMs if you guys need to contact him to do some work or just need to contact him to pull up to any type of car event. He is available. So with that being said, we'll conclude today's episode of Rise and Vibes. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And much love and appreciation, everybody.